We lead off with a big change in the Ronnie Oneal trial. He is no longer representing himself as it now moves into the penalty phase. He accepted legal help because now the death penalty is a possibility, which is what the prosecution is pushing for. Just yesterday, he was convicted of murdering his wife, special needs daughter, and trying to kill his son, then setting their family home on fire. 10 Tampa Bay's Bo Zimmer has covered this trial from gavel to gavel and takes us through the next steps as Oneal awaits his fate.
I think this will be a tougher decision for them to make than the guilty verdict that came out last night.
Local defense attorney Roham Kansari expects the penalty phase to last possibly 2 to 3 days. It will start with the prosecution presenting what are called the aggravating factors.
How serious and the terms are heinous, atrocious, and cruel his actions were. One of the major aggravating factors in this case is that it does involve a child under 12. And it does involve someone with a disability, that being the child.
Family members of the victims will also have a chance to speak.
You're presenting to the jury how much not only the victim suffered, but also their family has suffered, and that is important.
Then it'll be up to Oneal's new defense attorney to convince the jury to spare his life.
It's one thing to know the evidence in the case and know how that's going to be presented and to rebut it. But again, this penalty phase is something that's completely different. So we're going into mitigating factors about his life history, his mental health history, what his childhood was like. From that point, it's the jury's recommendation to the judge as to whether they want life or the death penalty. That's up to 12 people to decide. And while they have sat through the gory details of what happened, that's a very tough decision for any human beings to make.
If death is recommended, the judge will have the final say.
If they recommend life, the judge has to impose the life sentence. If they recommend death, the judge can weigh all the factors and determine what she wants to do.
Now, throughout the trial, the judge has been keeping tabs on how Oneal presented his case since, again, he was representing himself. She even commended him for his efforts during this trial.
I think in another lifetime, you would have been an excellent lawyer. I really think that. You speak with great passion. I understood exactly the points you were making. I knew what you were attempting to get across in your opening statement, your cross-examination of the state witnesses, the direct examination of your witnesses, and your closing argument.
Now, we followed up with the man you just saw in that piece prior, criminal defense attorney and former Pinellas County prosecutor Roham Kansari, about whether Oneal would have a chance with an appeal, given that he chose not to have an attorney for his trial. Kansari shared this insight that Oneal has nothing to lose by filing an appeal.
The primary basis for an appeal in this case is going to be the fact that he represented himself and the fact that he had these competency issues going into the trial. In rebuttal of that, the judge is going to outline, and the Attorney General in defending the appeal will outline all the different instances where the judge had what's called a Feretta hearing, which is advising him that he has the right to an attorney, that he should get an attorney, and him choosing to represent himself.
Now, Kansari says the chances for a success with a possible appeal is going to depend on Oneal's competency. Those remarks you heard moments ago from the judge are going to be considered if that happens. Now, also, if Oneal is given the death penalty, not only would an appeals court consider more factors, but there are more options for Oneal to appeal the case as well. This trial has been intense and emotional at times as well, and we will continue to follow it every step of the way. If you want a recap of how we got to this point, we have much more on our 10 Tampa Bay YouTube page.